ask questions, get her going. Who wants the questions first?
Pretty curious to see how your team responds to a true road game finally this week.
I don't know if it's a true road game, just another game against a really good opponent. And it is on the road. Naturally, when you go on the road, I always like see how you respond on the road, and that's for sure. Playing a really good Ohio U team. They just got one of their better players back last night. The Carter kid's been out basically for the whole season. Just got him back last night against Maryland. So, it's going to be a challenge for us coming out this week of finals too. You like to see how you respond, but it's been good. I've had a good week. I got plenty of rest. Tuesday and Thursdays were off days. We had good days. Monday and Wednesday were practice day, and it's been a good week.
How similar is this Ohio team to the one that came to the last year?
Very similar. Very similar team. I guess they went to the finals. That team went to the finals at tournament last year and got beaten at championship game. I guess they've been in the finals 2 years in a row. Is that correct? Got beaten in the finals both years. But really good guard play. Those two guards can really play, and like I say, getting Carter back helps them a bunch. He makes a huge difference in our team. So got him back at just the right time. We're coming in there.
How things y'all work on the most this week?
It's just been a combination of a little bit of everything. Being cautious that it is finals week. We give them enough rest to handle that. Knowing the stretch we've got coming up, basically there's not a really a resting point in these next 5 games. We go from Ohio U right to Wisconsin, travel back Thursday, play an early morning game Saturday, 11 o'clock. Then you got a Tuesday game against Belmont, then a Friday game at Austin Peay. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. There's really not a window now where you've got extra 2 days off or day off, and keeping that in mind too. So just a little bit of everything.
You kind of look at it as a whole, as a stretch, or you still try to take it game by game?
A game at a time. But as a coach, I'm going to look and see where that rest period is, if there's one or not one. Maybe helps you prepare a little bit right now differently, but knowing what our stretch is, that's why it was kind of a little bit important to, with finals week, give them 2 days off, and with that stretch we got coming up. I know there's a rumor going around out there, something on social media, that these kids got cleared. That's not true. Wherever that came from. What social media group's that? Where is it at?
One I don't follow.
Yeah, someone just brought to my attention. I brought to my attention this morning. It's not true. The update on them were both of them are, are closer than they were. Josh is, hopefully, real close, but it's not done. That's all I know. We'll leave today. Neither one of them will be on that flight with us today. So next Saturday, do you hope there's some movement next week? There's 2 games. Again, I was hoping to be this week. I kept saying that. Really hope there's movement next week. That's kind of our next phase we're looking at. And like I said, Josh is a totally different deal than Mustafa. His is just it's not like you withhold games from him. He's going to automatically already miss 10 games as it is. That's not a game deal with him. Mustafa's the one that they could look at and say, you got to sit out so many games. Well, when it gets to him, that means he's already missed a third of his season, basically 10 games. I can't imagine anything else happening to him. So,
how have they handled all this?
They've handled it probably better than I could handle it. Both of them. And I've said this about Mustafa. I keep saying this about Mustafa. He's such a great young man. One of our hardest workers and one of our best leaders. He's handled it. He's kept himself in really good condition. He does extra work. A lot of guys couldn't do that. Harder on Josh than it is Mustafa. It's not as easy for him. He don't have that maturity like Mustafa has, but for the most part, he's handling it well too.
So wouldn't have we had someone during this winter break?
You know, we've talked about it. We're so optimistic about these other two. We really haven't overly emphasized it. If I really felt like, Josh was not going to make it, then we'd probably try to add somebody. Because we need, as you guys know, you can't go through a season with 7 guys, 8 guys. You can't do it. There's going to be all kind of situations. Like I said, one situation's already cost us a game. That was foul trouble. You're going to have injuries. You're going to have some sickness somewhere along the way. Someone's going to wake up one morning and going to have a sore throat and can't go. We all do that. It happens through, 30 games of your season. But we feel optimistic about these other 2 guys. If we can get these other 2, that gives us, it gives us 9 or gives you 10. Then you got a little bit of margin for error, losing a guy with sickness or injury. So if we were to find out next week both those guys are not eligible, not going to play, then we'd probably try to, find a piece that could give us some depth. Now those pieces they're not just laying around now. Guys that can help you come in this time of year, there's not many of those kind of guys out there. But there are a couple laying around a little bit that we're aware of.
You could also look for like traditional transfers this time of year too, guys who have to
sit out a year.
A couple semesters.
I think it's good. Yeah, we'll look for that for sure. We got a couple scholarships. You can pick up a kid that, can fit who your needs and wants a little bit, and he can sit out a year. That year sitting out helps them. Kind of like a Monte sit out a year. His was fall to fall. But there's a lot of transfers that happen during the Christmas time.
You think you all are a better three-point shooting team right now than what we expected you to be?
What's that, 30? What are we, 30? 41. Yeah. If you told me we'd be a 41% shooting team before season, probably would have taken it. Because we felt like we probably lost our best perimeter shooter, never got in school. But I think we've gotten better. Probably Jake has probably stepped up, and his percentage has helped the whole team percentage a little bit too now. Tavion has made some shots, and Darius has gotten better now. Tay's made some, so we got different guys who have different abilities to make them. It hadn't been just, besides, Jake's ability to jump up, and his percentage, just like I said, has really helped the whole team now. When you're shooting percentage, he's shooting.
I feel like you guys are pretty selective about the three-point shots you're taking too, not jacking up a bunch.
Well, I'm going to take that. Jake is really selective, and he pulls up behind the IGA sign. If that's being selective, we're really selective.
Everyone else is. I know he has kind of the green light.
He's got the green light. And, again, I don't know if we've had a press conference since. I didn't realize he pulled up behind the IGA sign during the game. He made it. Yeah. He has total green light. I have total confidence in him. Him shooting it out there, he just rose up and shot it like he's supposed to shoot it. It wasn't hard for him to shoot it from 30 feet. It came out very natural, and that's kind of what he is. He's not a guy that has to be up on that three-point line to get it off. It comes out of his hand the same way, same tightness every time. That elbows are tight, and it's a quick release, and he's got total green light. Total. So I told him the other day, the ones I don't like is those 15-foot, 1-foot floaters. Pull up and shoot a jump shot, because that's where you're really good at. But it's very obvious he's got the green light.
You got Wisconsin next week. I don't want to look at
That's
it.
okay.
What kind of atmosphere, and what does that mean to your team to play in a top level, Big Ten?
Well, again, that's kind of the way we put this schedule together. We want to play against great competition. And y'all have heard me say this. It brings out the best in you and brings out the worst in you. Well, as a coach, you need to know what those things are, so you can work on the good and the bad. No question, Wisconsin, if you go back over and look in the last 4 years or 5 years of that program, it's a stat for you guys. I would say in the last 4 years or 5 years, there's probably no program in the country, there's probably not but 3 or 4 teams in the country has a better home winning percentage in Wisconsin. Go check that facts out. They're that good in that Kohl Center. I mean, they've been good, but they've had good teams. Went to the Final Four, one of those teams. Other teams should have been to the Final Four. So we know that'll be a challenge. But that atmosphere is good. That's what coaches and players, that's kind of what you work for and compete against the best. And it'll make us better. It'll make us better. What else? Give me a question back there. Give me a question. Come on.
Coach, how important was getting a win at a big Power 5 school like Wisconsin on the road to help your resume down the line in a season where maybe your selection committee's on the brink?
Well, they all help. There's no question they all help. Every game we play, it helps. Ohio, they all help. Wisconsin, Indiana State, Belmont. There's no just easy giving games for us. We trying to compete and win them all. But to answer your question, anytime you go on the road and win at a Power 5 school and a really good team, they just came off a win at Penn State, and they should have won at Temple. Temple's picked right up top of that league and should have won. They had that game won at Temple. It'd be huge for us. Well, we know it's going to be it'd be a challenge too. But our guys will be ready for it. We got enough, experience. I don't think our guys we're not going to walk out there with fear. I can tell you that. We'll walk out there believing. Not hoping, but believing. I think they've proven that already, and that's why I want them walking out there. Believing you got a chance to win this game, not hoping you go win it. Because like I say, the first time you get hit in the mouth, that hope disappears. That belief will stay with you a little bit more.
Anything else?
Honey, you got a question? Give me a question. Come on.
How are you keeping the guys fresh? How are you keeping that balance from, not running them too hard, but keeping them trained and staying up?
It's been something different than I've ever had to do, to be honest with you. I came out there Monday. It was Monday's practice. Off Sunday, played Saturday. Off Sunday, practice Monday. We had so much juice. As a coach sometimes, I'll feed and feel and make decisions off that sometimes. We had so much juice out there Monday. I cut practice back. It was that much, when I say juice, that much energy, enthusiasm. I cut it back. I had us down for about an hour and a half. We went about 1 hour and 15 minutes. Kind of the same way Wednesday. Started off that way, and I kind of dampened that a little bit by having to stand around and talk. But, our energy and enthusiasm has been really good. But tried to be smart, with the physical part of it, which I know, too, hurts us some. I know that. It hurts us some not being able to practice as physical as I want to practice. But at the same time, I've got to try to limit the amount of opportunities I can have injuries. If that makes sense. I don't like that, but it's just where we are. And it'll carry over the game some when you get in a game, because I've always said practice has got to be harder than the games. I'm not so sure my practice is harder than the games consistently right now. It may be in short periods, but not for 2 hours, and that's where I like to be with it. But it will have a tendency to carry over some, that lack of physicalness. So far, it really hadn't hurt us. But, hope it, again, right now I just got to choose the balance of being fresh and having bodies versus maybe being as sharp and as tough and take a chance on losing a body, if that makes sense.